here. Several zip, trapeze, axe as well. As you see, NRG is one of the teams that's still in the fray as well. Nade's going down from Frex as well. Move. We do start to see it right here on screen as some teams are starting to bubble and start to make the move out, but they are playing it so slow they don't want to have to make the wrong move out of survey camp. So a lot of these teams are actually still in their survey camp buildings.
Ooh, and one of my personal favorite names for teams, Boba Boys, are going to be tucked away inside of here. And yeah, you're right, Bravo. And if they just push outside, they're going to get shot right away. People know exactly where the Boba Boys are going to be, and sharing a cup of boba tea with these people outside ain't going to help them whatsoever. Boba Boys, excuse me.
So they got out, by the way.
Yeah, they got out, and because there were players that were actually looking right. Did they get out? Because they just threw a nade right over at him. I don't know if that was a preemptive one there. Player's going to be popping up behind him. Hollow, he goes down, but he is able to pop that bubble there. Chrono's going to be pushing in, and he's looking to just spread the virus here against all these other players, but he needs to be careful as he's just getting laced up, and that is going to be a clean wipe there. Oh, my word. And Land's going to be gone, too. The barrage comes through. All hell rains down, and that will be a wrap for all of those players that were getting out of survey. Perhaps we spoke too soon for the Boba Boys.
Shortly after Poland that you saw teams play it a bit more, but these lower areas, as you also see TSM just holding, they're going to be really comfortable there, and that's going to give them a lot of different rotate opportunities out.
Yeah, what's fantastic about this position too is that if anyone tries to get a little cheeky and toss, the barrage onto them, they'll be okay. They'll be fine. They don't have to worry about it. If they throw Gibby Old on top, they got that natural cover that's going to be giving them all that kind of protection. The pressure and the situation though is when everyone's going to start to be moving in on them. Now we're going to have 10 squads remaining as more players are going to begin to drop like flies. Bravo.
Yeah, this is going to really shake up exactly how that plays out versus if there were no Gibbies left at all.
Yes, could be a big win here for Complexity, but I don't want to speak too soon. There comes Gibraltar, and by the way, what Reptar is doing here is just so clever. He's just playing inside of that drop box, just not, the crate.
At exactly how this is going to play out. Good angles from Reptar here as well. There's going to be that TP for Reptar. Dome does go down, and he's going to go down early. He's going to be the second dome overall, though, so I stand corrected. It's going to be 2 total Gibby squads. Now, an absolute carnage here. Several zip, trapeze, axe as well. As you see, NRG is one of the teams that's still in the fray as well. Nade's going down from Frex as well.
Complexity that have a player left standing, and that could very well be the end there. And yes, it is. Complexity takes it. Game number 1.
Complexity came out on top after that. Wouldn't be able to tell you because it was insane. Of course, it's TSM in second place right behind them. But look at the performance. You have to be kidding me. Ooh. Complexity with 17 kills. That has to be a record in an online tournament final. I don't think I've ever seen a 17-kill performance. We know how aggressive Monsoon is, Lulu.
But RCO's right behind them as they port on through, and so they have to keep on moving here. This is going to be a very difficult task for them playing as a duo at this point.
And Gabysmon looking to find a couple headshot there as well. That's going to be the kill. It was almost overkill there, Circle. Seems like they got on the other side of that, the former, as the ring is closing. Round 2 ending. A couple of G7 scouts like Casper. He's going to break shield as well. That is not what you want to see. Somebody staring down from high ground with a G7 scout as the ring moves in. But there it is. That's what we're talking about. That easy stop. They're still going to have to keep moving, though, because of the ring. And Phony is, oh no, about to find out if he's real or not. He goes down. Fury is the only one alive to try and save this game. It doesn't look pretty, but 1 shot, 2 shots, and that'll do. Yeah, that's a big deal as well. And Moss, he recognizes that things are getting a little testy towards the city. So he's going to try to rotate as soon as possible. The hammer points, that's the sound you do not want to hear as you're running away with both of your teammates dead. And he's using the extra speed from the Wraith portal to just try to remove that out. He's got the Into the Void. He will make it, but they're just going to take the portal as well. He better have a trick up his sleeve to get out of this one.
And Liquid did a good job of clearing out this high ground. They had been controlling it the entire time, but no, Flanker doesn't take the port, and he goes down.
And Jamerson, I don't think they were counting on that rotation in the back, running the hammer point and the Prowler. That's an easy kill. They get the one they were looking for, and I guess you have to all-in commit, but they lose their Watson
rotation
in the middle.
We'll see if Complexity spots them out.
Rogue, a team that has done so well lately in so many different things and individual efforts as well. Husker's been all over the place, winning tournaments left and right. I had a chance to play with him, and right now Complexity just trying to stay alive here, taking a lot of damage, takes the portal as well. He's going to try to buy time to get the heal off, and Rogue, they're on the tails of Complexity. That's Mirko. Casper finds him. There's another team involved, and this just means more goodness for Rogue, but they get pinged as well. Big couple of shots. That might be Casper warding them off, so they don't try to push into us as well since we have zone, but Rogue is in trouble. The Watson ult is going to save him for now, Jamerson.
They have a nice pocket to work with here. They can just go ahead and heal up, but that was a great call coming out from Rogue. They hear right above them a port going off, and instantly they know they're at least getting into a 2v3, but Huskers goes down on the rotate.
And that's the Kraber as well. That's what was doing so much damage. Oh my goodness. Instant down, and Huskers gets finished by Teen. And RCO, he's going to find Hollow. And 14 squads left as things get a little bit more precarious here in game number 2. And the minute and 25 seconds on the clock signals when this gets even more precarious, as 14 squads are still left, and I just can't see them all fitting in that tiny little circle without a couple of them going down, James. Rocker and 630 for Teen, and these guys obviously doing a fantastic job of being one of our teams to watch, and somebody that has gotten high praise from across the community of players, and so we're going to see them rotate here. Casper picks off another one with the Scout. God, that thing is doing so much damage this game, but so is a PK, but Teen, he goes down.
Yeah, Misha's going to be able to hit that with him as Krusty's trying to play around the bubble, but no, the wave is too strong coming out. The flying Saucer is flying right in front of them, and that's going to be the full knock on to Team Squidward as they go down.
If you were a skeptic, you now believe in flying Saucerorrs. That's for sure. And Saucerorrs just getting the Phoenix kick. Can he get it off is the question.
Have a rotation quite yet. They have to get onto the other side of this rock. And there are so many teams around as RCO's Frankie goes down next. It's TSM in the exact same spot as they were in game number 1.
And if that's the case, they're sharing something very closely with Complexity, you can imagine, or at least NRG. Look at this skirmish. Oh my God, bullets raining down from on high. TSM are in a beautiful position here to take advantage of it. They don't have shielding, only rocking with blues, tier 2s, but it's enough with the charge rifle as well. And Hal going in to try to finish things off with the PK, and they're going to get a couple of eliminations there as 7 squads remain now with 1 minute and 10 before this circle moves again.
On the ultimate high ground, NRG once again on the ultimate low ground here. I don't know who's on the third, but good damage coming across right now as Moore is able to get the finish onto Logically. Now we're down to 6 teams here.
And still, I believe that the Kraber is in play. We keep seeing Nocturnal use it, and he found another drop kill there onto Dropped as well. And look at that, it's Moore. He's in trouble, and they didn't realize TSM was just peeking, waiting for that to happen.
Off from the triple take, which was what he was using. Try to find any other weapon there, because in this circle, as we get to the later rings, you do not want to have a long-range weapon. You want to have a Peacekeeper. You want to have an EVA 8 or an R99. Try to go for the swap, but he got punished for it. He should have known better, but now it's Liquid set up here on the high ground. They've got the zip line ready to go for this final circle.
And they can stay up here. They're just going to bunny hop. You could do this if you haven't seen it in Apex Legends. You're seeing it now. These guys are going to stay up here until somebody tells them the ride is closed. And so far, it looks like it's Saucerorrs. He breaks the gold shield. Now he's got to fall if he wants to heal that up. This could be bad. They made a play, Jamerson. I don't know if it's going to work out. The drop and then the kill onto the zipliners.
Is this it? I think this is it. They got the knockout to everyone. There's just gold knockdown shields for everybody here, right?
Are you serious? Are you serious? After all of that.
Now for the second time, we see the team drop 14 kills. Game 1, we saw 17 kills and 29 total points from Complexity. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall standings, as it looks like Flying Saucerorrs is going to trump Complexity by 1 point only. You're spot on there. So a close 1-2 battle.
To be honest, I think we're just seeing NRG with just even tighter shot calls and even more coordination. I think when we're specifically looking at their oldest roster with both Dizzy and Ace, a little bit of engagement here though for Complexity, by the way. As we mentioned, your team is in 2nd place right now, so they're going to need to be careful here and fight through. Reptar's the first one to go down. Mirko goes down as well though, and now Monsoon is in trouble, and this really should be it unless he can somehow queue out and allow the third party to give him a get out of jail free card. And for the moment, he is trying desperately to get away, but this is going to be tricky. I'm not sure if he's able to do this.
Some way, somehow survives. Can he, with a shred of health here? Yes, he does. Somehow makes it out of that scenario. He was actually
absolutely. Speaking of, Rebel eSports actually picking up some big kills there on Flying Saucerorrs, which is not what you expect to see, especially Rebel eSports are 19th placed team right now with a really good battle there against the Flying Saucerorrs, who are our #1 team by 1 point. So
you're just telling me that the #1 team just got knocked out?
They did.
That is rough.
They're our first to exit, and now also...
that is rough.
I'm not sure. You might have been troubleshooting, GB, to get back into the voice server, but let me tell you, Complexity, Monsoon essentially able to hit a Q into a TP to somehow stay alive into a bat and get both of his teammates back in this game, and they will now live to fight through it. We thought it was maybe going to have to be a Monsoon crazy solo run. Instead, he's got his whole team back in the game.
Those are the kind of friends that you want in your games, people. You want your friends that are going to be able to bring you back in and keep you going in this game, because you ain't done until the fat lady sings. And
you also want, it's true, you also want friends that aren't afraid to punch you through
That's
doorways
true, too. I was going to mention
that.
Yeah, you know, just go in there and wallop them a few times. You know?
Punch them through.
Get them back in the door quickly. You're tired of your crawling. Just go, just hurry up for this
Honestly,
squad.
it looks too similar. It looks too similar to one of my games.
Spraying in your buddy, taking them out. You know, I get it. I get it. It's rough goings out there, man, in World's Edge and now King's Canyon for a lot of people in rank. Now, Rebel's actually going to be pushing around the left side over here, and Six is going to get tagged up quite a bit. Nighthawk's also going to be down as well to very low amounts of HP there. His shields are going to whittle down. You'll have that Watson generator to try and bring back some shields, but it won't do so quickly. Moport, though, pushes him back, and they are able to take out RCO. That fight looked like it could have gone real poor, real quickly for Rebel, but they will continue to fight on in this game.
Yeah, really nice stuff from Rebel to stay alive. They're obviously using the slow heal quite a bit. It actually made quite a difference, but the biggest thing was those 2 PK breaks that came in at a perfect time. Really great Peacekeeper shots that able to essentially allow the team to mop up those kills on RCO. Great stuff from Rebel. Now 17 spawns.
If you'll allow me to geek out for a moment, if there's one thing I like, it's the sound of shields breaking when you hit a glorious Peacekeeper on it. It's just the best thing. It feels so good. Now, what isn't feeling good is the boosted bandits. I don't know who was the one that got the final kill on that player. Liquid,
I think it was Fnatic that in the feed.
Was it Fnatic? Well, then in the end, Fnatic ended up getting cleaned up by Liquid there. So that fight was going south real fast. And over on the ledge here, the circle is going to be closing in a minute, so they have a little bit of time to work with. It's going to be Land. You got Noko along with Zach and Urti as well, or Lurti. Switch out if he does manage to do so, and they can clean up some of the players that will be dragged down here as the circle begins to collapse. 5 teams remaining. Bravo. We're getting down to the final moments.
So TSM actually making a very late push. They're like some of the furthest out right now, and finally they're going to be engaging off screen, so we're going to keep an eye on their POVs as well through this here.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of liking what Liquid's got going on here. They have that gold devotion, that weapon. We saw it in the EU finals, how good it could be in the hands of the right person. And all of these players at this point in time are basically the right person with the skill that they bring to the table. Liquid's going to be able to clear out one of the squads there. And that is a TSM's member goes down. Reps, he's going to be out of this one. Avreleli is done too. The only player left alive for TSM is going to be Imperial Hal. He manages to stay alive long enough to remain in the top 3 and net himself and his team 7 points. Finally, he's going to get cleaned up though. It is now going to boil down to Liquid alongside Rogue. A classic battle between 2 very well-known esports organizations. Let's see how this one unfolds, though, as Team Liquid is going to have a few players that will be down. Rogue will have that life lead as far as players are concerned. They have bodies, they have angles. They're looking at where these players are going to be positioned. Liquid trying to just work around this crate and see if they could play the natural cover. It's going to be up to Casper, though, the last player left alive for Liquid, and Rogue, they are chomping at the bit. They know that they are ready to end this one. This is basically their game to lose, and Rogue manages to
managed to stay alive and end up getting his
ported
team
3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Continuously porting, got a 3rd place finish and 9 points picked up. Even though they got 2 kills, the 9-point game for TSM getting 3rd place, and that leads to our overall standings. Which Team Liquid Blue with a huge showing right there. 1st place finish puts them well ahead in 1st place here, Lulu.
So
so the threat of getting third-partied is very low, so they can continue to aggress on this, which is exactly what we're seeing. They're setting up a crossfire. They're trying to set up the trap for them. There's a knock here, trying to get the thirst.
That's Huskers. That's Rogue. That is a big deal. That is the team directly in front of them, considering he's the only one that would have been able to revive himself really easily with that Wraith Portal.
This is very interesting now as we see Smile getting cleaned up. And so last we saw them, they were on the western edge and they decided to try and go for Lava City. They thought that was the pole, but as we can see on the mini-map with Hollow here, the Boba boys, the ring does indeed pull south down to the dome. So Complexity are really happy with that right now. So are NRG, who are already over there.
The three teams, Complexity, Flying Saucerorrs, and Team Solomid, who are tied with 32 points for third. To just hold. They want to play this a little safer. You're noticing Rocker Apex and the boys of Squidward now down and trying to fight for their lives. Teeny's going to go down. Rocker Apex could fall here. 17 squads, and that should do it. So that should be an interesting one. Back with Logically and the boys. Force What, he goes down right away, and Logically could be in trouble. That is Mirko and Complexity who may move in on the Havoc damage. It's just not enough to stop Monsoon from getting the kill.
Logically, he's going to try and queue out of this, but now he is in a huge, dangerous spot here. He's getting chased down with 5 HP left, but that's Complexity. Using that power position that we talked about early on. Positioning up here, making sure they were out of the fray for this rotation coming out from the northeast side of the map.
Sniper Abusers as well, and you can see the chaos is occurring. 12 squads, 11 squads left. TSM Hal finds Mirko. BCJ actually gets the kill, and Huskers, and Drop goes down. Rogue is out of the fight. TSM, though, finding kills meanwhile, and Monsoon and all of Complexity, except for Mirko, still alive.
Right now, got Sniper Abusers, I would say one of their rivals, waiting in the wings here, trying to take them out in the top 5 as well. But
That's
TSM, they've got a great spot here to try and rotate in on this.
And Jamerson, an incredible showcase here. We've got pretty much 3 of the top teams still alive as well. But we've got Fnatic, a team we've talked so much about throughout all of North America, but have yet to really see them have their big moment. Could this be it? And kind of cool TSM at this moment where it looks like they're getting momentum yet again. Reps levels up the Evo shield. He's got it to level 5, but he's got to heal it up. And it doesn't look like the shield cells are coming fast enough. They may have to loot. And this is Hal forcing the aggression. And 4 squads left now. And you can see it's Fnatic, it's Sniper Abusers, it's TSM, and I believe it's still Nocturnal and the boys of Liquid.
Ready for this. This is where Hal really comes alive, where he has the opportunity to just slow it down a little bit, think about the position, and take a look at the damage coming out from Hal and Reps right now as Hal gets the knock onto BCJ.
And what do you not want to do? Give the 5-time back-to-back champions 2 Evo shields fully leveled up, but that's what they've done. Abraleli holding up the top as cover fire for his teammates. Hal's going to pop a Phoenix. They're just going to reset. 3 squads left. That's it. It is Fnatic. It is TSM. And TSM here trying, I'm sure, to make sure they do not have to fight the team before the other team fights them, the third party. Oh boy, you know it, you love it, but that's not what they want if they want to win. Now TSM, not 1, not 2, but 3 Evo shields fully upgraded, and this is looking dangerous. They get a crack onto the armor. 3 squads left still holding high ground, and the Peacekeeper shots start to fly.
Liquid tried to peek that for a quick second, but they had to back off. The PK shot's not quite landing there. As Imperial Howl with the high ground. They do have the Watson ultimate. It just got cleared. And now take a look at damage coming across Rain Day.
And they're just trying to survive right now. Look at the damage. It is so much. He's going to reset it again, and they've got the shield bats, but there's no fast heal. It's just a lot of heal, so they've got to see if they can get it off, and Albreleli is safe, at least for now. Fnatic have lost 1. Liquid get 1 with the Mastiff, and Nocturnal so close to going down. Flanker trying to get the shield cell off, and not yet. They can't push yet. No one feels comfortable ending this game, but it's getting close as Albreleli is a sliver of life away from dying.
Casper putting in work with that Mastiff, and now it's down to about 30 HP between Hal. It's all up to Hal here, but no, he's not going to be able to survive now. It's all up to Fnatic here to close it all out. Team Liquid stuck.
Having a place to go besides the top of that truck, and you know, the Sniper Abusers were there. They got kind of double teamed. Everyone was focused them, and then TSM was just trying to fend off Fnatic at one end, and Team Liquid on the other end, and they couldn't fend off 2 teams at once, and ultimately it was Fnatic taking the win here, which gives us a new winner again. So it's going to be really interesting.
4, however, was the Fnatic show. A huge shout out to Shiny Muffins & Co. with a massive Game 4 that puts them in the running with overall standings. We'll take a look at the overall standings and see where they're at. And it looks like they are a top 5, tied with Complexity, and very, very far behind Team Liquid Blue and TSM. 10 points behind TSM, 16 points behind Team Liquid Blue. It's an interesting shake-up here, Lulu.
Just waiting around to see if anyone's going to go in for the challenge here. You got Virus as well, alongside his team here. That is going to be Second Nature. They've been a tad quiet, I will say, in this matchup, as they only have 12 points currently. Into the fight we go, though. We'll have that flat line. Manages to get one down onto Teen. Looking for another. Urice is going to be playing around this box here. Needs his teammate for assistance. As Supra pokes around to the outside. Urice is going to be down. Virus is very low as well, as he's going to go in for the challenge. Look around. See if he can find him. Trying to thirst for the kill. Virus, though, playing around the pillars here. The Gibraltar comes around the left side. This is looking like it's going to be all she wrote there for Virus, but well done on the straight from Virus. I mean, hey, you know, he gets knocked out, but he does manage to hit some jukes, which is always nice on the court.
Right now, set up all around, like I said, Springs End, Bridge, Hot Springs, High Ground. There we see some shots being exchanged across the map, but I'll let you take it away here because Lan is pushing in with Noko.
Ooh, yeah, they're going right in there, and the barrage is going to start to come through, and Noko's going to be dangerously low, the EVA.
They did have a beacon close enough to be able to get that respawn off, so we'll see if they're going to be able to get this, but now back on board with the Complexity side.
And a good switch up there, I was going to say, from that, from the R99, but then you got Mirko just trying to finish this one up there as his teammate Monsoon does go down. Pop that bubble, so they should be able to pick him up. You will have that passive from the Gibraltar that allows you to be able to pick up your teammates faster when inside of the bubble. So they get Monsoon right back up to a fighting position now. Complexity still going to be in this one. 11 squads remaining, Bravo. We're getting down to the final 10 teams, and players have all at this point earned themselves at the very least 1 point. Who's going to be able to lock themselves an additional 2? And who's getting gatekept? Because as it currently stands right now, it is going to be Hollow and the boys as they're being gatekept. The Boba boys can't seem to get back inside as players are preventing them from being able to get into the safe zone. But Kanaka, as well as Banana Bread, have different ideas here. They manage to get a few down. That is going to be Rogue in front of them. But look at all this as Kanaka was just trying to get the cleanup on the player with the gold knockdown shield, and they're just going to get swept through at the final moments there. That was going to be Liquid that swooped on in and claimed those kills.
And this next circle pull is tragic for so many teams here. There's so little cover here just to the east of Mirage Voyage. Any team is now still going to have to move in. Lots of gatekeeping happening here, and this is just wide open. Going to be complete carnage here, Colton.
Yeah, this is the issue that Nathan is going to have, and he somehow is the last person left alive. He has that, you know, that Wraith ability to be able to give him the benefit there because he was able to at least hold out, but oh no, they see him. You got TSM putting down some shots low side here. Playing for that placement is TSM as they're all the way up top. Still going to be relatively safe for at least 1 minute and 17 seconds. But man, that Nathan's still alive. I mean, I give him all the credit in the world, man. He's still very much in this. Frexis, though, is going to be in a fight as he's trying to stay alive. Nathan has no shields to work with. His teammate's going to be down low. Maybe he could try and bring him back in. It's going to be really risky because they're going to hear that attempted revive, and then they'll know that he's getting picked up. They might try and go for the push, but there it is. So the revive is out. There goes the push. Just as I said, it is going to be sniper abusers from up high. Frexis is so low, and finally, NRG are going to be out of here in Game 5. My word, that, Nathan, I give you all the credit in the world for that one, bud, because you were in the Lion's Den with just a butter knife.
Still Fnatic here. We got to talk about them. They are your 5th place team, tied with Complexity at 38. Once again, they need a very big finish here to finish within the top 3 if they want to exit with one of their better placings in professional Apex Legends here. They're all on blue, and they're sitting pretty here. Going to arc the door and see what they can make out of.
Yeah, they put that nade down by the door just to try and force him out of this. As now this is going to be Fnatic NA on the hunt. Player's going to be downstairs. Oh, but that EVA, he does manage to get through the doorway there. And he's like, nope, I'm just going to get out of here. I got 2 players surrounding me. No reason for me to try and take this one. Smart play there by iShiny. going to continue to go for the shots, though. And that was BCJ, as a matter of fact. And I think that might be Snipedown behind him. I'm not too sure. Snipedown did just get a down onto Spirit, and Snipedown will get cleaned up by Muffins.
Keep an eye on the kill feed as well. You're not seeing any TSM on either receiving end of those weapons. How finally
no, there they are.
Kill there on Reptar in the end, because TSM, they're way too comfortable. If you're hoping for a different victor here in this 6th tournament, we might not see that. But here's Hal. Take a look at this last player alive for TSM, and he's out.
And Team Liquid is still in it, folks. Team Liquid is still in Game 5. TSM is out of here. I cannot believe it. This is it. This is it. I've climbed to the highest mountains. I've seen so many incredible things, but I never thought I'd see the day where TSM would potentially lose out on an Apex tournament. It's just mind-blowing, Bravo. We're alive to see this. Oh boy, there's just so many players here, and it's a little bit difficult to see it. So we got Flying Saucerorrs, as well as Team Liquid, and who else we got here, Bravo?
Let's go ahead and take a look. We have one of our lower-seeded teams here. You can go ahead and keep casting. I'll check to see exactly who we have on the team.
Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and do that because it's boiling down to the moments that matter the most here for Team Liquid. As it currently stands, as far as Shields is concerned, as far as players alive is concerned, Team Liquid has everything working in their favor. Their opponents on the other side, they're going to be feeling it. You have a Watson on one end that's going to have white armor. You're also going to have one of the members of Saucerorrs. They're going to be out of this too. They're dangerously low. This is it, though. This is looking fantastic now for Team Liquid as they have the high ground. Playing around the bubble now. It's going to be Flanker putting in some shots, and that is going to do it. Team Liquid wins.
Talk about what went well for Team Liquid. Well, I want to get your perspective on what didn't go well from TSM. As of course, as we talk about these final standings here, Team Liquid on top with 19 points in a stamp. In game number 5 here, TSM in 3rd with 11 points. What didn't go so well with TSM, though? Unfolded for the overall standings, and it was Team Solo Mid right behind them in 2nd place. So when they're not getting 1st, they're getting 2nd. Again, a massive congratulations to Team Liquid Blue. And by the way, Casper is ill. He is sick and doing this right now, performing in sickness. His teammates, Flanker and Co., perform incredibly well throughout. Team Liquid with an amazing